Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do my 2020 makeup favorites to kind of end out the year and tell you what I've really been enjoying. Little disclaimer, so I basically didn't wear a lot of makeup at the beginning of the year, as I believe other people can attest to as well, just with everything that happened, lockdown, stuff like that. For a while, I was not wearing a lot of makeup, just like mascara and brows, if I was wearing any. So a lot of these things you might have seen me say that I purchased in the last few months or things like that, but I've really been enjoying it. I've been wearing the majority of the makeup that I've worn this year in the past 4 or 5 months. So if any of these products are newer or I've reviewed them recently, that's because I wasn't wearing anything before. But I feel like all of these products I have given a really good fair chance and been able to know if I love them and stuff, and these have been the standout products of the year for myself. So without further ado, let's get into the products. Alright, it would not be a 2020 favorites video without me talking about my primer, my favorite primer of the year, the only primer I've ever truly loved, and that is the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. I believe that's what it's called. It's just the primer that Rare Beauty came out with. I am about almost halfway done with mine, and this has just been the best primer. It is hydrating and illuminating, and that is everything that I want in a primer and more. My makeup sits so beautifully on top of it. I feel like it performs better, it wears better. And yeah, I really have never heard or understood the hype around primer until trying this specific one. It's so great. It gives such a glowy and pretty effect without looking too heavy or sparkly. It has a little bit of a reflect in it, but it's so not noticeable when you put something on top of it. I also really like wearing this by itself when I'm not going to be putting makeup on. If I just put a little bit of brows and mascara and maybe a gloss on, I'll put this on as my base on top of my sunscreen and it looks beautiful. So this is just the most amazing primer. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. This has been my 2020 little lifesaver right here, and I love it. Alright, next we're going to go into foundation. I have 3 for you guys. 3, not 5, 3. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the Rare Beauty foundation. This one is so amazing. The Rare Beauty line as a whole was really a standout product of the year for me for 2020. Such an amazing brand. I feel like it was a launch that a lot of thought went into, and a lot of thought went into each and every product, and just a really good product line. I think especially for this year, the trends have kind of been more glowy, glossy, airy makeup, which not to say matte makeup and everything is not amazing. I have more of a dramatic look today and I love it, but I think that's where the trends kind of strayed a little bit. I think they went more, glossy, dewy, things like that, and I think the Rare Beauty line did a beautiful job of doing the more of a natural makeup line. So the foundation is so good. I'm in the color 120C. And this foundation is truly amazing just because it feels like nothing. I remember when I first did my review, and I'll link it up here before you if you would like to watch it, but when I first put this on, I was touching my skin after I applied it, and it felt like skin. It didn't feel like anything was on it, and that's a big thing for me. I do not like foundation that feels like foundation. I hate the feeling of I feel like something sticky or something is on my face, and the Rare Beauty foundation feels like absolutely nothing. It's so lightweight. I feel like it builds well. It gives a perfect medium coverage in my opinion, which I love a medium coverage. I think that's where I'm more comfortable at, with light and medium. And then sometimes I want my full, but this one is a perfect in between. I think it still gives you coverage if you're having kind of a bad skin day and you want to cover up a little bit more, but it feels like absolutely nothing and you look like you just have your skin but better. Yeah, this is truly a your skin but better, I would say. So this foundation has been incredible as well as every other thing from Rare Beauty, I think. Next, I want to talk about my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I have used this for years and years and years, and I recently got back into using it. This is my darker shade, so don't mind that. But this foundation is truly amazing. It has such a beautiful high coverage and just such a nice feel. I feel like it's a really good consistency for my dry skin. Sometimes fuller coverage foundations can sit really unpleasant on my dry patches and things, and this one just does amazing. This one I really like to add to my moisturizer, or maybe like pump that Rare Beauty primer into it as well to kind of sheer it out, and it still gives an amazing coverage, but it adds a little bit more glow in it. I feel like this is the perfect coverage, perfect finish, everything like that. So this is an amazing, affordable drugstore foundation, and it's been my favorite for many, many years, and I recently got back into it, and I'm so glad I did. Finally, for foundation, I want to talk about probably my favorite one, which is the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. Now, I do have a video reviewing this. I can link it up as well, but this foundation is truly unlike anything I've ever tried. It is a light to medium foundation, I would say, probably more on the light side. It gives the most amazing, dewy, natural finish. It's so light, so hydrating. It evens everything out without looking, like it's covering up too much. You can still see my skin peeking through. It's just my favorite foundation that I've ever had. I use this on an everyday basis if I'm wearing makeup. And I think it just looks so nice. The colors are really nice. Makeup Forever usually does a really good job with their shade ranges. It just has such a nice, almost like a little bit of a skin blurring, but not too, fake. This is, such a natural foundation that just looks incredible. It makes my skin feel incredible. It doesn't feel too heavy. It doesn't have a gross feeling. And this is just my all-time favorite foundation. I feel like I've never had a foundation where I'm just that's my go-to. I could go back to it no matter what, and I would love it. And that is what this is for me. So I'm really glad I found this. And this is such a good one. I feel like a lot of people would like this. Even if you're more into full coverage, try something like this, because I think you'd really like it for more of an everyday basis. If you're wanting to have less coverage sometimes, this one is just so amazing. Alright, next I want to get into concealer, and definitely wanted to mention this product. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see this product, and is the Becca Under Eye Corrector. This is just truly amazing. It's very emollient in the thing. I don't know if you can see, it kind of glows. Very thin, very effective. I never really thought I needed a under eye corrector, just because I didn't have super bad under eye darkness or anything. But once I started using this, you can use such a small amount and it makes all the difference. It does that brightening effect that I never could achieve with concealer. So I have really dry under eyes, so I have to be careful with concealer and not apply too much, or else I feel like it gets really crepey really quick. So this is just so amazing. It's hydrating. It never creases or settles or does anything weird onto my dry patches. And it definitely does that brightening and correcting, so my concealer doesn't have to work as hard, and I don't have to worry about piling it on and making it end up look kind of dry and ugly. So this is amazing. They have another shade of it as well. I'm not sure if the darker shade is dark enough for deeper complexions, but definitely if you're in a Sephora, you could check it out. But for lighter skin tones, I think this is amazing. Sometimes even if I don't feel like I need it, I'll just apply it in my inner corners, and it just does so much brightening, and it's so amazing. I think the formula is really nice. It's not too pasty and thick. It's not like a paste. It's really emollient and nice for that under eye area, because I think a lot of us do get more dry under there. So I'd highly recommend this. Alright, let's talk about highlighter. So for highlighter, I have quite a few, but the first one I want to talk about is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I kind of consider this a multi-use product. I will use this before I apply foundation, after foundation, as a highlighter. It doesn't matter. I like to apply it under my eyes as well. This is more of a natural liquid highlighter, in my opinion, if you want to narrow it down to one product. I really like applying this, especially if I do it before foundation. I'll apply it under my eye area as well, just because I am dry and I do like to be very dewy and luminous. So I feel like this just gives such a good base and is so amazing. They have multiple colors of this. You kind of find a color that's closest to your skin tone, and it just gives a really natural skin-like gloss to the effect. It has a little bit of a shimmer in it, but it's honestly just such a skin-like product, and it's so amazing, and it basically does what it says. It says for a superstar youth glow, and I feel like it does. It makes you look like a model. So beautiful, so dewy, and this has just been my favorite. I don't ever do my makeup without it, basically, for everyday purposes. It's just incredible. For a little bit more of a sparkly, more intense highlight, I've really been enjoying the Rare Beauty highlight in the shade Enlighten. This is the lightest one of the liquid luminizers. This one is so amazing. It does have a little bit of a sparkle in it, but it's not chunky. It's very fine, very beautiful. This in the sunlight is incredible. So I would swatch it, but it's really not going to do it justice. This Enlightened shade, the first shade in the line, is more of like a white gold shade. Really perfect for us fair-skinned girls out there. And it's just incredible. I remember the first time I swatched them on my hand, and then I went outside, and it was just like this like ethereal goddess glow. So it's so amazing. This is another one of those products that I like to apply either on full coverage days when I have a full face of makeup. I'll wear it as my highlighter, or I really like to do it with bare skin. I'll just put that Rare Beauty primer and then dot this all over the spots that I want to be a little bit more dewy, and it looks so incredible, so natural. Like I said, it does have quite a bit of sparkle in it, but it's so fine that I don't mind. It doesn't look chunky or anything, and it blends out so well. All you need is a little dot, and it'll blend over like all your cheekbones and everything like that. So this is just such a good product. The Rare Beauty, like I said, such skin-like products that pack a beautiful punch. So definitely check out Rare Beauty if you haven't already. And then finally for highlighter, I wanted to just mention my ABH Nicole Guerrero palette. They brought this back this year. I'm not sure if it's still in stock or what. Anastasia kind of does that thing where they bring back products and they take them away, and there's like no rhyme or reason to like when they're bringing stuff back. But it is a highlight palette. I would show you, but one of the shades in there is broken because I dropped it the other day. But I've used this for a couple years too. I got rid of my other one just because it was pretty much empty and I broke a bunch of the shades, but I recently bought this one again and I really love it. It has a whole mix of shades that I think will look great on everyone. I really like these because even if some of the colors look intense or too dark for me or too light for other people, I feel like these are truly universal highlights. They are very gleaming and bright, that really classic bright highlight look that's been in for a couple of years now. All of these give that effect, but just different tones, different colors, and I feel like they are very universal. I feel like a lot of people could get a lot of use out of this. A lot of highlights are too warm or leave like a weird shadow on me because I am so pale, but none of these do that. I don't use the darkest shade, but I can use all the other shades in it. The darker shade I like as an eyeshadow or even like as kind of like a bronzer blush if I'm going for a really luminous look. But this is just incredible. It's a really good deal for that. Anastasia has has a great formula for their highlighters, and I definitely would recommend this if you really like a bright, like gleaming highlight. Alright, next for bronzer slash contour, I have two Charlotte Tilbury products, my Hollywood Contour Wand and my Film Star Bronze and Glow little mini palette. So this is what the little palette looks like. Oh, there's you. But these are amazing. The contour stick, the only beef I have with it is a little bit of the packaging issue. So everyone that has this will say the same thing. The packaging sucks. It's basically like this little like sponge at the end, and you twist it to kind of open it, and then you twist it to lock it, and you squeeze the product out, and it basically just doesn't control the product very well. You end up wasting a lot. Like a lot of it sits in that sponge, which I don't know how hygienic that is, but if you're just using it for yourself, it's not the biggest deal. The color truly is amazing. The color and the formula is why I will continue to repurchase it, even though the formula sucks. Not the formula, the packaging sucks. The formula and the color are amazing. This, for me, this is the fair medium shade. For my skin tone, this is the perfect blend of contour and bronzer. It's perfectly intense, not too much. I can really work with it. When you first apply it, if you swipe it on your cheeks, it looks really dark and really scary, but it blends out like a dream. The color is like perfectly cool and perfectly warm at the same time. Just really gorgeous, leaves a nice skin, like a texture, doesn't get too like muddy or anything, so really, really amazing. And then the powder, the little duo, is just really great. Again, I think this would be really nice for more like pale skin. I think they do have a deeper color as well that has more of a deeper blush. The highlight is a really pretty natural highlight. Like if I'm going for more of like a soft within glow, I'll use that. And then the bronzer just is a perfect contour shade for me. It's really cool. I don't like super warm products because they make me look really orange. So this contour is really good. Alright, for blush, I have quite a few things. The first things I want to talk about were these Fenty cream blushes. I have 3 colors right now. They're Bikini Martini, which is a really hot bubblegum pink. Looks like that. I have Summertime Wine, which is this really pretty kind of purpley red berry. And then my favorite shade probably is Rose Latte, which is this beautiful neutral rose brown color. These are so amazing. They give such a good punch. They're really bright when you apply them, but they're super easy to blend. You can really apply a sheer amount or you can really pack it up. I really like these because I feel like they are really good for all skin tones. I feel like if you're someone like me and you're wanting to go for more of a natural blush and you have pale skin, you can really sheer them out. They'll look pretty bright when you apply them, but they really blend out to kind of nothing, where it just leaves like that really pretty hint. And they do give like kind of like a little bit of a dewy cheek, which I love, but it doesn't have sparkle. Like these ones I have don't have sparkle. I think they do have some shades that do. But I think if you had deeper skin as well, you can really just pack them on and they give such a bright blushy look. Those are probably been my favorite blushes ever that I've ever tried. I've been loving cream products this year, so those were just really perfect. So I showed you some of my contour favorites, the Charlotte Tilbury, and I wanted to just mention this bronzer just as a little plus. This is kind of pricey, so I kind of hesitate mentioning it a lot, but I really do enjoy it. And that is the Chanel Soleil de Tan cream bronzer. It's just a really good shade for me. It's a really good formula. It's very sheer. It will last forever when you buy it. It is pretty pricey. I believe it's like 60 to 70 bucks, but it lasts forever. I used one like after years and years, so I finally repurchased another one earlier this year, and I just really enjoy it. It's really good for no makeup days, as well as just that perfect warmth for me personally when I do have a lot of makeup on. So I just wanted to give this a quick little shout out because I know a lot of people do love this. I also love putting it like in my crease as a bronzer when I'm not doing a bunch, so just wanted to give a little mention. Alright, next up for eyes, I don't have too many products just because, like I said, I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup this whole year until like as of recently, and even now with my everyday makeup routine, I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow. I'll usually just do like a sparkle on the lid. So one of my favorite things this year has definitely been this Urban Decay Party Favor palette. If you've never tried their Moondust eyeshadows, they're basically an eyeshadow formulated to be very sparkly, kind of sheer, and like give like a hint of the color that you see in the pan. Some of them are a little bit more intense than others, but they have just the most beautiful sparkle. They're so incredible. This is what the palette looks like. It has some deeper shades as well as like some more sheer, like everyday shades. These, like, I love eye toppers. I love sparkle on the lid and adding just a little bit more intensity. As well as I love putting these all over and just kind of blending them into nothing, where it's just like a really glossed, sparkly look where you close your eyes and it's just like the light hits perfectly and it looks so good. So these have definitely been my favorite. I do like the ones in the individual pan, but this palette was such a good deal for all of these, I feel like. And anytime that I'm like, I just want a little bit more something with my eye look, I'll reach into this and I'll find it. For mascara, there's only one mascara I want to talk about, and that is because I have stuck true pretty much to only this one this entire year, and that is the Milk Kush Mascara. I love the packaging of this. Also, it's like a very heavy, like gunmetal, and it's kind of like serrated, so it feels interesting. This is just a great mascara. I feel like it doesn't dry up too fast, but it gives me that perfect consistency. I don't like mascara that's too wet. I feel like it just gets everywhere and it like kind of affects my eyes. The wand is perfect. It's the perfect size where I don't poke myself all the time, and it's not too spiky or anything. It makes my lashes look incredible, and it's also kind of easy to come off, but it doesn't smudge or flake. Like, there are some mascaras that are really easy to come off, but they like smudge and flake all day. But even if it's like raining or something, this will not budge. But when I go to take it off at night, I don't feel like I'm ripping off my lashes. Another one that I feel like is a similar formula to this is the Lancome Monsieur Big, but that one is incredibly hard to take off. I feel like my lashes are brittle and everything when I use it, just because it is such an intense like grip on your eyelashes. When I take it off, I feel like I'm ripping my lashes out. So this one's amazing. It has like something in it that's supposed to like help your lashes and stuff. I don't know if it does that. I can't really speak to that claim. I don't pay attention, but this is truly my favorite mascara, and I will continue to repurchase it for forever. All right, we're almost done. Alright, for lips, I decided I was just going to pick out a couple glosses. Glosses have really been my kind of look this year. Obviously, I've been wearing a mask, so I don't wear glosses or lip products in general a lot. I never used to wear lip products. I used to be like that person who never wore anything on their lips with like a full face of makeup. But recently, I've been really into glosses, and I wanted to mention a couple. First is these just two that I grabbed, the Fenty Gloss Bombs. This is the shade, the Universal shade, and this is the shade Baby Brute from their new holiday collection. If you have not gotten the holiday collection of the Gloss Bombs, I believe it's called like the Glossy Posse, get it because they're so amazing. They're these little cute mini sizes, and it gives you a wide range of shade from nude to some darker nudes and some bright colors. Really beautiful, and this formula is just unmatched for me. I don't like sticky glosses, and for me these are just so soft and hydrating on the lips. They have the perfect amount of shine and sparkle, and I feel like the colors are just beautiful. They wear very well, and they smell amazing. So the Gloss Bombs, I mean, I'm sure everyone's tried them and everyone loves them. Truly one of my favorite gloss formulas. And then the last formula I wanted to talk about for glosses is this, what are these called? The Maybelline Lifter glosses. These are so incredible. I don't really use this on camera. This is more of like a just top it with my everyday look. I have the shade Ice, which is kind of like more of like a milky clear gloss. And this one is incredible. These glosses feel so hydrating. I believe they're formulated with hyaluronic acid. Yeah. These are so great. These are so great, and I just really like them. It's pretty basic. It's just like a really smooth gloss. They have a bunch of colors of these as well, and I just think they look amazing on the lips. They make your lips look so juicy and hydrated, and so yeah, this has just been another favorite that I've used this year. And then to top it off, this is more of a recent purchase, but like I said, I've been wearing most of my makeup in the last few months, so I feel like my 2020 favorites, I mean, it's 2020, they're going to be dysfunctional, so if I haven't used them all year, I still am going to call them a favorite because I know what I like. So this is the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. This is incredible. Like I said before, and like I say in most of my videos, I have severely dry skin to the point where sometimes I feel like I can't wear certain products that I own, like Makeup Life, just because I feel like they look really dry and cakey and they settle weird, things like that. This is like a lifesaver in a bottle. So if I ever feel like I'm either cakey, dry, just not looking great, or like not looking dewy enough, shake this up, couple sprays of it, then I can set my makeup. That is such a game changer for me. Usually I could never use powder. The only powder that I could maybe lightly use was like the Hourglass really like luminous powders, but even then sometimes I would look really dry with powder. But like I said, I don't like feeling sticky or anything, so it is nice to have, you know, to be able to set your makeup because I want my makeup to last. I want it to look nice. I want it, you know, I don't want to feel gross and like have like it built up in my nose or something. So setting your makeup is such a game changer, and I could never really do that before this. And this is just amazing. If you have dry skin, I would highly recommend this. Or if you really like dewy, like luminous finishes, would highly recommend this. It gives such a pretty glow. Even after you set it, it remains all of its glow. It just sets down like the sticky wetness feeling on your skin, but it still lets your skin breathe. It lets it have that shine and that beautiful glow that us girls with dry skin need. So definitely recommend this. Like if you get one thing from this whole video, get this spray. If you've been eyeing it, it's worth it. Let me just tell you, person to person, it's totally worth it. Alright guys, so that is it for my 2020 makeup favorites. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I had quite a few products, but all of these products I do really love. I wouldn't recommend any of these products if I didn't think that they were truly worth the price. I do know that a lot of them are higher end, but that's just what I've been using this year. That's just the products I have. I'm going to use what I buy, what I spend my money on, but yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope the holiday season is treating you guys well. I hope everyone's being safe and healthy and happy. And yeah, that's it for my 2020 makeup favorites. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a skincare / hair care video, but I wanted to get the 2020 makeup out for this year. Even though this year has been a little bit dysfunctional and definitely different than other years, I still wanted to come out with my favorite products and show you them just because this is my first holiday season on YouTube, and I wanted to end it out on a good note. So yeah, these are all products that I truly love, and I hope you enjoyed the video and maybe you got some inspiration to buy some things, or I don't know, if you're getting a gift card for Christmas or something, you can pick up a couple of these things because I would highly recommend everything. But yeah, that's all from me today, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.